Hello guys, within today's video I'm going to be giving you all a very simple and straightforward to follow quarterly theory model. This model only incorporates 3 concepts and when used correctly can yield insane accuracy. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So the first concept, which is the base of every single setup, is Sequential SMT, also known as SSMT. Now I do already have a video posted about this on my channel, so if you don't already know what it is, I'd recommend to go check that out and then come back here. But for a quick breakdown, a sequential SMT is an SMT divergence between 2 consecutive quarters. So let's imagine the example that we're looking at below is 2 different closely correlated assets. One asset runs below Q1's lowest low, and another closely correlated asset fails to run below Q1's low. So one asset is creating a turtle soup, one asset is creating a failure swing. We must see at least one sequential SMT, and one is all we need for this model. However, the more, the better. And then from there, the second concept we're going to be using is precision swing points, also known as PSPs. Again, I already have a video posted on my channel about these, so I'd recommend to go check that out and then come back here. But for a quick rundown, a PSP is a swing point with a divergence in the swing candle's closure. So one asset must close bullish and one asset must close bearish. So again, imagine the 2 examples down below are 2 closely correlated assets. One asset creates a swing point with a bearish candle closure for that swing candle, and another asset is creating a swing point at the same time but closing bullish for that swing candle. So this is going to be the base of our setup, at least one sequential SMT followed by a PSP. Now the PSP doesn't need to form on the candle that creates a sequential SMT, however you do want to see it form pretty close after the sequential SMT has occurred. And the final concept we're going to be using is true order blocks. So essentially all you need is a precision swing point, and then within that precision swing point candle, that candle number 2, you're going to drop down one time frame lower, and within a bearish PSP, you're going to look for the final up close candle, and within a bullish PSP, you're going to look for the final down close candle. So let's imagine here we're looking at a 4-hour precision swing point, so that candle number 2, we're going to drop down one time frame lower, which will be the hourly time frame. And then as this is a bearish precision swing point we're looking at, we're going to mark out that final up close candle within candle number 2. So as you can see, we've got it marked out on the right. You then want to see a candle closure below it to validate it. The true order block can also be validated within candle number 2, or you can look for it to be validated within candle number 3. So now we know how to use those 3 concepts. All you're going to do is just combine them together. So step number 1, look for that sequential SMT. Step number 2, look for that precision swing point. Must form on the time frame that the sequential SMT has formed. And then you're going to drop down one time frame lower to look for your true order block within inside of that PSP. So let's take a look at a chart example right here. As you can see to the left, this is the 15-minute time frame. So therefore we're looking for a daily cycle sequential SMT. And as you can see, Q3 created a failure swing on Q2's high. And then we formed a 15-minute PSP shortly after. And then from there, we drop down to the 5-minute time frame. We look for that final up close candle within the bearish PSP. As you can see on the right, we've marked it out. And then all you need to do from there is wait for a candle to close below it to validate it. And then you wait for price to trade back into that true order block. Now price can trade back into the true order block on the 3rd candle of the PSP formation, or it could even trade back into it within the 4th or 5th candle. And the best stop loss placement here would be on that PSP high, or you can wait for price to trade into that true order block and then wait for price to trade away from it, placing your stop on that swing high that formed inside of the true order block. Now a few things to note, you can even drop down one time frame lower to look for a more precise entry once price has traded into that true order block. So 15-minute sequential SMT, 15-minute PSP, 5-minute true order block, and then a 1-minute entry once price enters that 5-minute true order block. And also, if we see a PD array form slightly below the true order block or within inside of it, then this increases the probability of that order block. And one final thing to note is if you drop down even one time frame lower, so in this example, the 5-minute true order block down to the 1-minute, you will more times than not see an inversion fair value gap or a fair value gap resting within inside of that 5-minute true order block, which makes the trade setup even higher probability. And that is it guys, literally a 3 simple step quarterly theory model which you guys can use, and of course go back into the charts, test it out for yourself, refine it, see what works, see what doesn't work as well. But trust me when I say this, when used correctly, this model is insanely powerful. And this should go without saying, but if you look for this specific setup in line with the higher time frame order flow, it rarely fails. With that being said, we're going to wrap up the video here. If you guys enjoyed, I'd appreciate a like and a subscription. And of course, comment down below which other quarterly theory or trading videos you would like to see from me. And also feel free to check out my other socials linked in the description, as well as my premium membership group and also my very own quarterly theory indicator. Good luck and good trading.